Well, hello, Cloverleaf students, staff, and community. Welcome to our new school. The last time we did a tour was in May of 2023. I'm coming to you on January 4th, 2024. It's a little cold outside, so I'm hoping to get inside, but this is the main entrance, the high school entrance right here. And this is where our high school students are going to enter the building, as well as our community when they go into the gymnasium for volleyball, basketball games, and the like. So let's get inside and get our tour started. All right, now we're at the front entrance of the high school. This is the high school entrance, the gym entrance. We'll show you the auditorium here in a minute. But as you walk in, there's going to be glass right here, and that's going to be security glass. So people coming from outside will be able to enter the office right through here. This is the main office area. There's also a glass window on this side. That's the athletic director's office. So people who want to do business with the athletic department, they no longer have to go down the hallway. They can do it right here before going through our security glass. And so we've got lots of offices back here. Let's show you a few of them. So now we are in the high school office portion. This is the main entrance right here. This is the reception area. So where our current secretaries are normally right here, they'll be there to greet people. Our attendance office is right back there. There's two windows. One open to this side of the hallway, one open to the other side of the hallway. We've got several offices. We've got it for school resource. We've got psychologist offices. I've got a clinic right here. And directly behind the camera is the two principal offices. But the neat thing about this design is that students, you will be able to access the guidance counseling office through the hallway back here, but it's also connected to the main office. So for the first time, our counselors, our school counselors, as well as our administrators will be in the same portion of the building, which is really going to help for our efficiencies and giving our counselors the ability to dialogue with our administrators and work together in close proximity is going to be very advantageous for our students as well as our faculty. All right now I'm standing just beyond the main entrance to the high school where the gym is. Those doors back there will be the main doors coming in. I wanted to show you this space for a couple reasons. The first is we now have a dedicated concessions area. As you know, right now, our music boosters set up a portable concession area for our high school basketball games. And it's a great service to our community members who are coming to support our basketball, volleyball teams. But it sure would be nice if they had their own space. Now they have that space. But I also want to show you, although this wall above me right up here is blank right now, we are Cloverleaf, 10 communities. And we're one Cloverleaf, but we want to pay homage to all 10 of our communities. So there's going to be pictures from all 10 of our communities right up here. And I'm so excited to do that, because that's one of the things that makes us unique in Cloverleaf. And anybody visiting our school will understand the importance of all 10 of our communities to the fabric that is Cloverleaf. So you got to check this out. This is the new Cloverleaf Gymnasium. So it's obviously a huge space, but I want you to realize this is actually two gyms. We have the main competition gym that goes all the way about 10 feet past that scoreboard right there. And then there is a wall, a wall that's going to divide this gym from an auxiliary gym right next to it. And guess what? Past that wall, one more gym. We actually have three gyms back to back to back. The one I'm standing in right now, this is our main competition gym. As you can tell, it is a gorgeous space. This is going to be decorated green, black, white. The walls are gray on the bottom where the player height, and then off-white above that, and then the ceiling is bleach white that shows off the green ductwork on top. It's a super sharp contrast. I can't wait for you to see it with the gym floor. But one of the things you need to know about this space is that the basketball court is actually NBA dimensions. I didn't know this, but I thought all basketball courts were the same size. But one of the things I've learned through designing buildings for many years or working with architects is that basketball courts are different sizes. As a matter of fact, I think in our MAC conference, there's not a single team that has a NBA-sized court. And if you think about it, it's going to be longer than a typical court. Could be a little competitive advantage for our basketball teams when a visiting team comes in here. But let's keep that a secret. 12 basketball hoops just in these two spaces, plus the third gym past there. We're going to have lots of room for our students, not just to practice, but for competitions, and I really hope you'll like this space. All right, well, welcome to the Cloverleaf Center for the Performing Arts. This is our auditorium. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of light in here, and the walls are very dark, and the reason for that is so that the emphasis can be placed right there on the stage for our performers. As you can see, or hopefully you can tell, we've got tiered seating here, 650 seats in this auditorium. We've got a full stage. We have fly space, so up above this white wall that you see on the front of the stage is probably 50, 60 feet of space where sets can go straight up. You can actually see those from Route 224, but this is a dream come true for Cloverleaf, and students, especially those of you who are in the fine and performing arts, I cannot wait to see you right up there on that stage. All right, I'm standing in the high school cafeteria, which is right across from the middle school cafeteria. Well, what I want to show you is this courtyard. This is a feature of this school I think that the community is really going to enjoy, and I know our students are going to enjoy it. The thought for this is that wherever you see the gravel right now, that's going to be artificial turf, and we're going to have rocks for students to sit on. We're going to have various tables and chairs, and students, you're going to be able to study out there, possibly eat out there, just congregate and really enjoy the experience of doing homework, hanging out with your friends. It's going to require a lot of student responsibility, but we're going to treat this almost like a college campus, and we think you're really going to enjoy your time here utilizing this courtyard. As you know, we have the world's best school food service department. Now we have a facility that can support that. Right now, we are in the middle school and high school food prep area. So students will be walking in a door. We're going to have a couple lines here where you'll be able to get entrees and walk out the other door. Behind here are various stoves. There's some overhead fans. We've got some coolers back here. It's a really mammoth space. It's not built out yet completely, but you can kind of get a feel for what this is going to be. This is going to serve both our middle school and our high school students. The schedule's going to be figured out. And remember, the high school students, you're going to have a couple different options for lunch. I'll show you the second option here on the next leg of our tour. All right, now we're in the high school band room. So think about it. It's in the same wing as the middle school band room, as the middle school choir room, and as the high school choir room. So from an efficiency perspective, our directors are going to be able to utilize various spaces for different students. So they're going to have access to much more space. Not only that, but directly behind the camera is the office/library for the high school band. Next to that is a practice room. Next to that is a small ensemble, actually a rather large ensemble room. 12 to 15 kids can fit in there. There's another couple practice rooms here, one of which cuts through to the choir room on the other side. One unique feature about this is there's 2 doors to the instrument storage room. Students can walk in one, can walk out the other. And another neat feature that the Board of Education opted for in this instrument storage room is they didn't want to waste all the space that was above because, as you can see, there's really high ceilings here. So what they did was they created steps and then an additional storage area to utilize some of that space. So we're just trying to be as efficient as we can with the space we have. Students, we think you're going to love it. All right, we are at the main entrance of the middle school. This is the first time we're showing off our middle school. If you've seen it from Route 224, you've seen both stories are built right now. It doesn't quite have heat, but it is enclosed. We've got a roof over the whole thing, and we'll have windows here shortly. Right behind me, this is the area where folks will come in and they'll be greeted, and we've got the principal's offices, we've got guidance offices, we've got a clinic back here. I'm not going to show you all the intricacies of it. Obviously, it's still being constructed, but I wanted you to at least see the progress that we have going on here at the middle school. Now let's go see some classrooms. All right, so you came into the front entrance and you turned left and you came down the hallway. Now you're in the classroom spaces. As you can see, the walls are up, but they're not separated. Just the metal walls are in. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 classrooms right in a row. Those are your 4 core subjects. So middle school students, I'm in the 6th grade hallway. We've got 2 teams of 6th graders, one on this side of the hall, one on the opposite side of the hall. And just last week, or it was the last day before winter break, I was at the middle school presenting for Career Day. I was in a classroom that was about 400 square feet. Middle school students, all your classrooms will be at least 810 square feet now. So they're much, much larger than what you're used to. And I want to show you the hallway space here between the classrooms. Over here, these hallways are so different than what you're used to. They're big, expansive hallways because there's like a garage door that will be in every classroom, and your teachers are going to be able to open that door and they're going to be able to expand the learning space out here. So think about the opportunities you're going to have as learners. You're going to be able to combine with other classes, or your teacher might have a project that needs more space out in the hallway. This is going to be a great way to do it. Or the teacher can keep the door closed. You'll be in your 810 square foot classroom. So the bottom story here, the first floor, is 6th grade. 7th grade is right above us. Same classroom layout. I do want to show you the 8th grade classrooms though. We're the 2nd floor to the right side. The part that you see from 224 that looks like a big deck. That's where we're at right now. This is the 8th grade wing right here. We've got classrooms on both sides. There's classrooms right here. You can see them because the walls, just the metal part of the walls are up. But the unique thing about the 8th grade hallway is there's lots of windows on the 8th grade side. And I want to show you what those windows look like. Question I've been getting a lot ever since the middle school portion of the school has gone up is, what's that big open area on the 2nd floor? Do we have a deck? No, you don't have a deck. These are classrooms. These are the 8th grade classrooms. Obviously, they're not open to the outside, but there's going to be beautiful windows on the front of this, which is facing 224, 2nd floor. And these windows are going to be reminiscent of the same windows that are at the front of the high school. And we'll show you some of that later in the tour. But it's going to tie the 2 sides of the building together. And as I said before, our school is designed so that both the front of it, where the high school is, and the back of it, where the middle school is, they both look like fronts of building. this middle school, it's going to have its own space, and it's going to be, we're trying to make it special for our middle school students, and we hope that as you see construction continue, that we've met that goal. I'm not going to be able to show you too much more of the middle school because we don't yet have lights on in there, and so there's a lot of spaces that are nearly complete, but I can't really show them to you right now. But now we're going to head to the middle school cafeteria, which I think you'll be surprised at the size. All right, well, this grand space in here is the new middle school cafeteria. As you can see, it's more than twice the size of our current cafeteria. Students, you'll be getting your food on the other side of this wall right here, and you'll be working your way into here. High school cafeteria is just off to the other side of this. And remember, the high school has two cafeterias. One is the main serving line, and the other is kind of a soup salad kind of thing that we'll show you on the second floor. But middle school students, this is your cafeteria space. We think you're going to enjoy it. This is one of 3 art rooms we have. Remember, we're in the fine and performing arts space. The auditorium's in the middle of it, and there's art rooms, music room, band, choir, as well as industrial tech on the outside of that auditorium. So this is one of our 3 art rooms. This happens to be the one that our middle school students will be working with Mr. Michael in. As you can see, some of the casework has already been put in. There's no ceiling tiles in the art rooms because as we started with the elementary school in 2012, we wanted an industrial look inside the art rooms, and we've continued that theme here at the high school. Lots of natural light. We think this will be great for our visual arts students. All right, now continuing on our fine arts portion of the tour, we are actually in the middle school band room. So as you can see, plenty of room for our students. Actually tucked around right behind here is our spot for musical instrument storage. And one of the unique architectural elements of all of our music rooms is when you come in, you'll notice there's an odd shape to the room. And the reason for that is that architecturally, you don't want to have parallel walls because sound waves are going to collide with each other, and it creates lots of distortion to the sound. Whenever there are parallel elements to it, there's going to be sound diffusers coming off. So our architects have sound consultants that help them with the auditoriums, the band rooms, the choir rooms, because sound is very much a relevant portion of the design of that. And we've made sure to do it the right way here at Cloverleaf. All right, now we're in the middle school choir room, which is directly across from the middle school band room. As you can see, there's some nice tall windows here to let natural light in. Mr. Tim, don't panic. All this casework is not going into this room. They're just using it as a storage area because it has such a vast space. So middle school choir right here. All right, I just told you in the middle school portion of the tour that some of our students are in classrooms of like 400 square feet. Now they're going to 810. And 810 square feet is like the main square footage of a typical classroom. We're in a science classroom. This is a chemistry classroom here at the high school, and it's not a typical classroom. This is an 1,100 square feet classroom. As you can see, the casework is all in. There's some plastic. Right now they're doing some painting. The ceiling grids are in. Flooring is not yet in, but you can really get a feel for what this room is going to be. So this is a first floor on the high school wing. So we've got the middle school, or excuse me, the high school athletic wing, and then this is the academic wing. Past that, all the first floor is science and special needs. I've got special needs on the end of this, close to the elevators, and these are all science rooms on this side. So I'm not going to take you through all the science rooms, but the neat thing about the casework in here is science casework is a different color than the casework for all the other classrooms. And the other neat thing about this is just to the left of the camera is a prep storage room that's shared between two science rooms. We have some of that similar architecture in the current school. This one just takes it up a notch. So we think you're going to enjoy these science classrooms as well. We are on the third floor of the academic wing of the high school. The construction is going third floor, second floor, first floor. So this has more finish than the rest of the school. It's just about painted up. This is one of those 810 square foot classrooms I keep talking to you about. Here's the garage door that divides this building. The halls are wider. Teachers can expand their learning space if they so choose, or they can keep the door closed. They're all open right now. This floor, this is called luxury vinyl tile. Softer substance than what we're used to. We're going to have some terrazzo here in this school, but up on these floors, this is the LVT is what they call it. Casework has gone in. Ceiling grids are in. Not all the ceiling tiles are in, but you can see some accent walls are gone in, and even dry erase boards, bulletin boards are going in. And operable, those windows actually have blinds that are inside the window. And all these classrooms now have LED lighting. And the neat thing about this lighting, of course, it's not dialed in yet, it keeps coming brighter and softer, is that it does this thing called daylight harvesting. However much sunlight is coming into the room, there are sensors that will control how much light is emitted from the light fixtures. And then teachers can override. They can turn brightness up, they can turn brightness down, or turn lights off completely. But it's all computerized now and highly efficient. The amount of electricity that it takes to operate these lights compared to what we have in our current school is just a small portion. We hope you like this space as well, because you're going to be spending a lot of time in these classrooms up here at the high school. Okay, this is the space that I think has been most surprising to not just myself and my fellow administrators who have seen this school, but board members, and it's because we are now on the second floor. And I think when people think about a second floor of a building, they think that it's just a long corridor with classrooms on both sides. Architects were very successful in breaking up the space, and this is a great example of it. You're actually I'm standing in the high school cafeteria, the second floor cafeteria. Picture soft seating and some booths, and over here, we actually have the food prep area. The goal is to create something kind of like a Panera Subway type stop for our students who are going to be able to access that cafeteria, the second story cafeteria right here. The food prep area is right over there. And so then you walk out to here and you can see this big space. Those steps lead up to that third floor. This wall right here, which was painted and it's being touched up, students, many of you participated in this exercise. We asked you to identify one word that exemplifies Cloverleaf to you, and we accumulated all those responses, and we created a Wordle that's going to be, we're going to have a graphic done. Your words are going to go up on this wall right here. And then I want to show you Mr. Miller, our high school principal, is really excited about this. He calls this the low seating for basketball and volleyball. We can actually see, and I don't know if the camera's going to catch it or not, but we can actually look down to the gymnasium. There's glass right in front of us. We can look down and see all the activity that's going on in the gymnasium. So this is the last leg of the tour. Thank you so much. I'd like to make a special thank you to Mr. Michael for producing this video. Mr. Michael, can you turn the camera around and show yourself? Come on.
I don't. That's okay.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. This won't be our last one. I'm hoping to give you a tour when the finishes are more complete. And then I really am hoping the entire community comes out for our grand opening celebration. We're going to have some walkthroughs of the old buildings prior to those closing this June. So community, don't worry. Those of you that I know there's a lot of love for our current high school and middle school, and there's a lot of sentimentality about those buildings. We're going to give you the opportunity to walk through them one more time. Lots of people have asked, can I get a brick from the current high school? The answer to that is yes. We'll have bricks for you. Not sure how we'll process that as a fundraiser or something like that, but we want to pay tribute to these buildings who have been part of our Cloverleaf community for so many years. And we want to do that in a classy way. And we'll be announcing how we're going to go about that later. But thank you for staying on the tour all this time. I hope you enjoyed it.